We are commemorating 25 years of the Friedrich Naumann Foundation in the Philippines. Wow, Maita, 25 years.
I know.
It's almost as old as I am.
May we invite Mr. Rainer Adam, the Regional Director of Friedrich Naumann Foundation, Southeast and East Asia.
Liberalism isn't easy. Freedom isn't easy. Often, in fact, it is the hardest task, the hardest road, which requires brave people. And this is what you have here in the Philippines. Corruption is such an important issue, and again, the world is looking at the Philippines. This government dares to go after the highest of the highest in public office to eradicate corruption. This too is not the easiest road to follow, but the government shows more spine than anyone could ever have expected. And so does the Liberal Party. I applaud you for your work. It makes me proud that our foundation works with you, and it makes me proud to be a liberal myself.
The inaugural freedom speech will be delivered by a staunch freedom fighter. Let us listen to the inaugural freedom speech from Budget and Management Secretary Florencio Butch Abad.
The important question we face today is this: are we really free enough? Let me define the problem this way. As a liberal, I believe that our primordial essence as human beings is to be free. To have freedom not only to one's thoughts, but also to one's decisions. To participate in society in a productive way that benefits oneself and one's neighbors, to actualize one's own possibilities and dreams. President Aquino knows that the urgent problems that our country faces, corruption and poverty, are much more complex than merely being administrative or technical issues. He knows that the problem is structural, worsened by people losing trust in government due to unresolved problems of the past. He recognizes the link between the restoration of decency, integrity, and accountability in governance, including the struggle to put a closure on the many unresolved cases of abuse of power and the plunder of our nation's wealth, and putting the government back to the service of its people, especially the poor. It is this inspiration and bedrock of support from the people that enables President Aquino to be unwavering in his display of moral courage that we see today. A moral courage that allows us to confront head-on these lingering issues so that we may finally begin to speak of grander ideals, of giving substance to our democracy, rule of law, and most of all, freedom.
Butch Abad for that wonderful freedom speech that gives us a big picture of where we have to go.
The inaugural one was a tough act to follow. May we call on Ms. Miriam Grace Go of Newsbreak and Mr. Lito Arlegue of the Council of Asian Liberals and Democrats to give us an introduction to the Liberal Project.
These are projects that from the national government, from the legislature, and from the local governments that have the potential to be expanded and sustained for a long time in their areas, and also to be replicated in other areas or branches of government.
The liberal projects are projects that empower. They develop the knowledge, skills, and abilities of people and communities to control and shape their own destinies. The liberal projects that we are honoring tonight, without a doubt, have made their own contributions in realizing the liberal ideal of popular empowerment.
Ako doon sa Zamboanga City, may nagkwento sa akin na isang volunteer na na-shock daw sila dahil nakasalubungan nila yung mga bata na naglalangoy papunta ng eskwelahan.
Malangoy po ako papunta ng school.
Freedom is so immense an idea, and so I just chose the things that I think more important to, especially for us, for the Filipinos, and what is freedom actually, and the challenge also of having freedom.
free, I am free, I'm free, ako'y malaya. I am free, I am free, I am free, ako'y malaya. Ako ay may laya, may layang magpahayag, singlayan ng tubig na dumadaloy patungong dagat. Ako ay may layang maglakbay, singlayan ng ibong bumabagwis ng walang humpay. Ngunit ako'y mas malaya kung bukas ay may pag-asa.
We're at the final point of our celebrations this evening. This is our toast to freedom.
Let's call Mr. Jules Matten, the country representative of Friedrich Naumann Foundation.
I think this is also a moment to think of some people who would have been here and who would like to be here, but who can't because they're ill. And there are two in particular that I would name, people who are very active in our partner organizations. One is, of course, Carlos Medina Chochoy, who would definitely have been here if he could have. And the other is Mario Taguivalo, who I'm sure would have loved to be here this evening. When Lily Leupzak was here 25 years ago, she, of course, worked with some people. One of them, in fact, would probably have liked to be here as well, Senator Salonga, who was a great supporter of our work from the very early days. But she mentioned two other names as well, of people who were there at the start. And to both of them, staunch liberals, I would like them to share in giving the toast. One of them is, of course, Deputy Speaker Raoul Daza. And the other is Butchabat, who was also a great supporter from the very start. To freedom, kalayaan.